what I do whenever I'm doing my trend lines. Now we move down to our MT4. Now, like I said, when drawing trend lines are those lines that can either be slant, they are slant, like let's say slant lines that help us in spotting support and resistance zone. On a normal ground, we have the vertical lines for the support zone, but now what we are making use of now is what a slant line. That's why it's called a trend line. We have the horizontal line before for a support and resistance. Like I said, this is our first support. Our support also. Now, we are not going to do this. What we want to do is we want to make our support and resistance line slant, just like a trend line. Now, what we do is what? This is our trend line too. We highlight on this, then we draw. This is it. This is it. Now, I repeat, the only rule guiding trend line is this. It's simple and short. Your trend line must touch 3 weeks at least. At least 3 weeks. The 3 is enough for it to be a valid one. Now when you look at this touches just what? How many? 1, 2, 3. Yes, touches 3 line. You look for sorry. Yes, we have the 1, 2, 3 line. Now that is it. Your trend line must consist of what? 3 weeks. Must touches 3 weeks. We have the 1, 2, and 3. So this is a valid trend line. Now, when drawing trend line, we want to draw trend line according to slope. From the peak down to the valley, we want to take it from the valley up, taking it higher. Now, for a bullish trend line, we want to make use of what? We want to make use of the lower eye. Each lower eye, when a lower eye is printed, we draw our trend line to it. Now, this is how I draw my trend line. Like I said, the only rule guiding this is just 3 weeks. Let your trend line touches 3 weeks, and that is enough. We don't need more. If it touches 4, it's a bonus, but at least 3 weeks. When it touches 3 weeks, then it's a valid trend line. But when it touches just 2, it is not. Now let's just keep on drawing the lines. You can see 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. Now, there's a rule in support and resistance. You don't make it fit the market by force. You don't make support and resistance fit the market by force. It's not something that is done by force. It is, if it does not fit, you leave it and move elsewhere. If it does not fit, you leave it and move elsewhere. Now, when you look at this, we have the trend lines 1, 2, and the third one. Trend lines are used for spotting support and resistance zone that are normal horizontal line can't spot. And whenever I draw my trend line, I want to draw it like a channel. We'll talk about more about that of channel. Now just know this: for a bullish trend line, yes, for a bullish trend line, want to make use of what? Lower eye. The lower eye. We'll make use of the lower eye. Now like this. Make use of this. This is lower high. We'll make use of this, the lower high. Have you seen it? 1, 2, 3. You see price breaks below this and keeps on pushing price. And this is for a bullish trend line, lower high. Price must print a lower high for what? For a bullish trend line, lower high for bullish trend line. Lower high for a bullish trend line. A bullish trend line. Sorry, I mistake the spelling. Now for a lower high for a bullish trend line. Yes, this is a lower high. This is a lower high. Price was making a lower high, then we construct our trend line. Touches 3 weeks. 1, 2, 3. Yes, 3 weeks. So this is a valid trend line. And for our bearish trend line, price must what? Touch 3 weeks and want to connect higher lows. Want to connect just higher lows. Want to collect higher lows. If it's not an higher lows, we are not making use of it. This is not giving what I want. We only have two, so we look for a better one. We don't want to force it. I guess we have three. Now, good. This, when price makes higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, this is our trend line. So when price make a lower high, that means the high are always low coming down. So it is a what? A bearish trend line. A bearish trend line. This is a bearish trend line. So this is how I spot my trend line. Don't forget that price must touch 3 weeks for it to be strong and valid. That is just the road guiding trend line, nothing else, nothing else. Price must touch 3 weeks for it to be strong and valid. If it does not touch it, we can't have it. Higher low, we need a higher low for a bearish trend line, and we need a what? Lower, we need an higher low. Sorry, we need lower high for a bearish trend line, while we need an higher low for a bullish trend line. So this is it on trend line. Now, so many people will say, you are not giving us the strategy. Like I said, I trade around support and resistance, and I use trend line to spot my support and resistance zone. Advice, if you become patient with me, because when it comes to entry, then I will have to teach you how I enter into the market with all this. But for now, let's focus on learning how to spot a trend line. How to spot a trend line. Note a trend line can be taken from weekly. Now, when you look at this, now let us take a trend line from weekly. Euro Great 10. No, NZDJPY. Yes. Now let's take this from the weekly time frame. Naked. Let's take this from the weekly time frame. Let's go to daily. Now, when you want to draw a daily trend line there, you notice we have this 1, 2, 3, complete. This is a trend line, but price currently is not trending at that zone. So what we want to do is what? We want to have another trend line here. It's a trend line. This is another one. Like I said, I use trend line as searching for support and resistance zone. For now, this is what we're gonna do. Trend line, looking for trend line, support and resistance zone. We are not making this as an entry. We want to learn how to spot it, and how to draw it, and how to make good use of it. Now, when you look at this trend, now when you go down to the lower time frame, you see this time frame, the trend line reflects. Yes, it's better like this. Now, if you look at it, we have the 1 touch, 2 touch. This have only 3 touch, 2 touch. Sorry. Now you can bring it down here. As you can see, this is what a complete 3 touch, and we accept this zone has been rejected by price. This zone has been rejected by price. We need a push up. We need a push up currently for price for us to get back into the market. Now, when you look at this, going back to the daily, just play around it, play around the trend line. You can use this, as you can see. Now, if at all you can't really capture the trend line from the candlestick, then you can make use of the line charts. The line charts will give you so many clues. Look at it. It gives you so many clues, as you can see. The line chart gives you so many clues. So what you just have to do is adjust it to the week. As you can see, it touches 3 weeks. You adjust it to the week, draw it down. We also have 1 year also. We have another 1 year. Yes, we have another 1 year. We have another 1 year. One, two, three. Do we have it? One. Okay, we don't have it. So we delete. Like I said, we need it to touch 3 week. Now, yes, we have it now. 3. Now when you look at this, you can spot trend line, you can draw a trend line everywhere, almost everywhere in the chart. This is it. Just play around your trend line, play around your MT4. That is the best way to understand all this. You see, just play around it. You can see trend lines. I'm drawing it, and I ensure it touches 3 slope. As you can see, this is a channel, touches 3 slope. As you can see, it's also a trend line. Yes, we have this. We also have this. 3 touches. We also have this. We have this. Just keep on drawing them. Draw, draw, draw. That is the only way you can be able to spot all this without even turning to the line chart. As you can see, we have 1 year. As you can see, very useful tool. The trend line. You need to master this. In as much as you need to master support and resistance, you also need to master this trend line. You need to master it. It's because it's very useful, very useful. See, just learn to draw them first, then every other thing will come back to it. Just learn to draw them, learn to apply them, learn to apply them in a chart when spotted. Whenever you come into a chart, the first thing I make use of is support and resistance, and mostly is always a trend line. So you have to understand this. You have to understand this. See, trend lines. They are almost everywhere. Trend line, trend line, trend line. You can draw it down. We have a trend line here. We have a trend line. If you notice, the more I draw, I always have it, I bear it in mind that it must touch just 3 weeks or more. And if you look at it, if you count everything, you will realize that it touches 3 or more than 3. Now, as you can see, very powerful tool that you need to understand. Trend lines. This is trend line. This is a trend line. This is a trend line. in as much as it touches three zone, three, we are okay with it. This is a trend line. It gives us so many shape, so many. Can even add another one here, a trend line. One, two, three, yes. As you can see, we don't need any support, we don't need anything. Just ensure it touches three widths. Practice with it, make it slant, make it like a sloping. Just ensure you practice with it very well, and everything we add up to it, you will get it right. So that is just it. A trend line. That's it, a trend line, trend line, as you can see. So that is how a spot is support and resistance. Is support and resistance using trend line. I want to make sure price was touches three of my wick, then I wait for price reaction around that zone. For now, thanks for watching. This is trend line. We move to the next one, chart patterns.